I just about had it with Aaron Nola. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies on Still Media, and today we're going to recap this afternoon's game between the Phillies and the New York Mets as the Phillies lose 9-6 to the Mets. As this was an ugly one this afternoon in South Philadelphia, as we are joined by Mets Talk with Hayden, making his Phillies Hot Still Media debut. So, Hayden, welcome to the show. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
Of course. And guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides a daily video of highlights from the game. So please go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. This definitely was an ugly one this afternoon for the Phillies. Another rough start for Aaron Nola. I am just so done with him. You saw I put that rant on my story. He's got the stuff. It just goes all over the place. He has no idea where it's going. The curveball looks like a beach ball. They're just sitting there waiting for it to knock it out of the park. It's just the same old story. It's the same thing we saw last year. Bryce Harper, a pretty good day today, hitting a home run to left field that went 335 off of Edwin Diaz. But not much other than that. Of course, Nick Castellanos definitely had a good series, and Kyle Schwarber kind of robbed out of a call later in the ballgame. The pitch that was clearly below the line, called a strike. But he's still got to be more aggressive. He has to swing the bat a little more. He's a very patient hitter, likes to take his walks, and I respect it, especially out of the leadoff spot. But I would like to see him be a little more aggressive because clearly what he's doing right now isn't working for him. You expect a home run his first step out of the season. He's done nothing else other than that. As a Mets perspective, what did you take of this series, and how do you see this going for the Mets, moving forward?
Yeah, taking a look at this game specifically for the New York Mets, obviously it was a huge game for them. Obviously from the Mets point of view, Max Scherzer was pretty adequate. Today, going 5 innings, only surrendering 1 hit and 5 runs. Commands in the first inning, got a little iffy behind home plate. Obviously him and, Mets alternate catcher Tomas Nido were, trying to figure things out in the first inning and second inning, but they got out of jams, and I guess that is the biggest thing. The Mets defense definitely came into clutch. Obviously, Francisco Lindor short. Dominic Smith was busy at first base, scooping a ton of balls. You had McNeil at second. So defensively, the team looked pretty good today. I think that was huge to get them out of, the run around, first and third with 1 out. So that was huge for them out of today. Talking about Aaron Nola, and obviously, kind of like you, I worry a little bit with Aaron Nola. He's a guy who will give up a lot of hard contact, a lot of barrels, and usually majority of the pitches that hitters are swinging at, it's connecting and it's getting driven at. Obviously, he gave up a home run, 406 feet to Brandon Nimmo in the 3rd inning. And not many guys Nimmo's not a power hitter, keep in mind. He did it with Zach Wheeler the other night. Pete Alonso had a phenomenal day. You guys know I'm a big Pete Alonso fan. Going 3 for 5, 5 RBIs, 3-run homer. Very much a good day. Currently leads the National League in RBIs at 10. Starling Marte got in on some of the action. Jeff McNeil got in on some of the action. I think the big thing with the Phillies, I'll say this, their bullpen has improved. The fact is, the tail end of their bullpen, has been something. Defensively, they're the worst team in the league. I could tell you all about the stats, but I'm not going to. Alec Boehm had a abysmal night at third base, defensively the other night. I don't know. I question the Phillies defense because we saw a lot of times throughout this series. After definitely waking up, the first 2 games of the series were quiet. Today they really woke up. The Harper home run was definitely needed. He definitely needed that. But I think in terms of solid backs, Nicholas Castellanos has been looking pretty up to par so far.
I agree with you. And as we pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the 3rd inning, Brandon Nimmo homers on the flying ball to center field off of Aaron Nola. That was the first home run he surrendered on the day. And it's 1-0 New York here in the 3rd. So as Hayden said, of course, it's pretty obvious, not a power hitter. But has some home runs in back-to-back days. Those underrated players in the game. So 1-0 New York. Then we pick it up here in the top of the fourth inning as Pete Alonso doubles on a sharp line drive to left field. Starting Marte comes around to score, and the Mets now take a 2-0 lead. So this is a big day for Pete Alonso, as Hayden said. Leads the NL in RBIs. I mean, this is a guy that's going to drive in a lot of runs for you. He's going to hit the ball to the ballpark. Definitely one of the best first basemen in the game. And then, honestly, man, Aaron Nola, I mean, I talked about it before on the rant, as I mentioned before at the beginning of this video. I'm just so tired of him. He has no idea where the baseball's going when it leaves his hand. He has Jeff McNeil. I mean, he's challenged him. I mean, this is a pretty good at-bat right here that he's working. And he hit something. I mean, with the bases loaded, I mean, that just can't happen. And that was just, he got booed like crazy going off the field. I mean, when Joe Girardi came out there, and he should have. He should have been booed. I would have booed as well. As Pete Alonso came around to score, as New York now grabs a 3-0 lead. So these are things that cannot happen. These are things that leads to losses. And then bottom of the fourth inning, the Phillies going on the board. As Bryson Stott going against Max Scherzer. I mean, Max Scherzer just was, he coached a couple ducks on the pod, and then he was able to collect back-to-back strikeouts. And then Bryson Stott singles on a line drive the other way to left field. And it deflected off of Francisco Lindor, and Nick Castellanos comes around to score as the Phillies go to more than a 3-1 ball game. So Bryson Stott does it again. It was great to see. Then we pick it up here in the top of the fifth inning. Another double right here for the polar bear, Pete Alonso, as he doubles on a fly ball to center field. And Francisco Lindor comes around to score as the Mets now get the run right back now, 4-1 ball game. So we cut the deficit now just to 2, and then they come right back and then increase it back to 3 as it was. So that was kind of a dejecting run right there. And then we pick it up here in the top of the sixth inning. Starting Marte singles on a ground ball to center field. And Tomas Nino comes around to score. And it's now 5-1 New York. So honestly, man, I mean, this is just, there's definitely a lot of action in this game. We have a 2-0 loss last night, and then we have a 9-6 final score. I mean, why couldn't we score? I understand we were going against Miguel last night. It's one of the most underrated, not just pitchers but players in the game, but why couldn't we score some of these runs last night? I mean, they only gave up. We only surrendered 2 runs last night, and today we surrendered 9. Just very, very frustrating why this team can't be more consistent, and why it can't be more linear. No question about that. And that was kind of right. And then he allows the big blow, right? This was the game right here. As Pete Alonso gets a hold of one on a fly ball to right field, going the other way, which you always love to see if you are a Met fan. I'm sure you'd love that. 3-run shutout scores Lindor and Marte, and New York now takes 8-1 lead. And how did you feel at this point of the ball game? Did you think that you had it in the bag?
Yeah, I mean, usually when teams are up 8-1 in the 6th inning, I mean, you're pretty much past the halfway point. And, it seems, the games are in the book. As a Mets fan, and I guess just as a baseball fan overall, we've seen crazy comebacks. For example, Rangers and Blue Jays, their opening series. They were down by 7-8. They came back and managed to win.
Right.
Really crazy stuff like that.
Pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bryson Scott grounds out the 3rd. In the meantime, Album comes around to score. An RBI ground out for Bryson Scott, his 2nd RBI on the afternoon. And it's now an 8-2 ball game. Matt Vreeling grounds out the short. And then Dieter Gregorius comes around to score. So 2 RBI groundouts right there for the Phils. And it's now an 8-3 ball game. So Matt Vreeling finally, of course, he still hasn't yet to collect a hit this season. Then in the bottom of the 7th inning, Nick Castellanos, man, half the series. I mean, this guy's been great as he doubles on a line drive to left field. He hit that ball hard. As G2 Minto comes around to score, as it's all of a sudden now an 8-4 ball game. So the Phils coming back a little bit, the fighting. Then out comes some fundamental baseball as he hits a sac fly out to center. And Bryce Harper comes around to score as it's now an 8-5 ball game. So all of a sudden, after being down 8-1, now it's an 8-5 ball game. So the Phils come back in the game right here. And at this point, did you feel a little bit nervous that the Mets might blow this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and especially who you had on the mound at that time. I mean, Sean Reed-Foley was way out of the game. But obviously, having Adam Ottavino come in to kind of fix up Rodriguez and Reed-Foley's mess. Ottavino doesn't have the best numbers when it comes to guys on base, and especially in runners in scoring position. The matter of the fact is that he got out of that without any giving up runs. Was really good. Same thing for Seth Lugo. I mean, Seth Lugo getting those 2 strikeouts. Mixed up his pitch as well. But yeah, I mean, definitely, start to get a little bit nervous.
And we pick it up here in the top of the 9th inning. The Mets get a big insurance run as Dominic Smith hits a sac fly out to left field. And Eduardo Escobar comes around to score as it's now a 9-5 ball game. So that was huge for the Mets right there. On the ninth inning, Bryce Harper, his first of the season, as he homers on a fly ball to left field that could travel 335 feet. So that was great, a solo shot. He actually had a pretty good day today, drawing 2 walks. Scoring 2 runs. I mean, he had a very good day today. It was nice to see that out of Harper, being a little bit unlucky. And that'd be a final score. As the Phillies lose the series to the Mets, this is a series that they definitely could have won. I mean, this is no question about that. I mean, every game they played in this series was a winnable game. So 9-6 is your final score. Kyle Schwarber, the leadoff spot. I mean, striking out 3 times. Of course, he does manage to draw the walk, as we talked about. He has an excellent ability to see the baseball and get on base. And JT Realmuto getting to start behind home plate this afternoon was a little bit surprising, right? I mean, this was a night game last night, and we got a day game here. Kind of strange to see that. I mean, not too unusual, as he does manage to collect a knock. And Bryce Harper, the only one hit was a big one, right? The home run the other way to left field. Anytime you see Harper going the other way, it's always a great sign. This guy does a wonderful job in all fields. He's done that pretty much his whole career except for 2018. And Nick Castellanos, I mean, he just continues to stay hot. He's definitely been along with Rhys Hoskins, and of course he's cooled off a little bit with the RBI double this afternoon. And Gene Segura, hit on the hand. That was kind of a scary moment right there. It kind of felt numb, but he is okay, right? He is okay. He did exit the game, but luckily he's fine. Didi Gregorius, I mean, just an abysmal performance this afternoon. Definitely a slow start indeed. I mean, he's had a couple, big hits so far, for the first 6 games, but hasn't really been there other than that. Wonkamar guys really impressed me in 2 knocks this afternoon. Stay out Wonkamar going. Bryson Stott with the RBI ground out and the RBI single. And Matt Fraley finally collects his first RBI of the season as he continues to remain hitless. Aaron Nola start 3 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. So I don't know anymore. I just don't. I mean, the changeup list looks dead. I mean, his fastball's never really impressed me. He has it like belt high. I don't understand it. He has it like belt high, and it just knock it right out. I mean, I never really loved his fastball, but the curve and the change, man, I always used to love that, but it's been very different. It's been very different. Not too impressed with him. And Anthony Dominguez, I mean, this bullpen wasn't great this afternoon at all. But as Hayden touched on, Alvarado, definitely a nice solid inning there. In the top of the 7th inning, he looked great. He's looked decent so far this year. And Bailey Falter also hit the stuff, was definitely working. This is a guy that has a lot of potential. So it definitely was a little bit frustrating to see Connor Brogdon this afternoon. I mean, oh boy. I mean, we more of what we saw in spring training. The velocity definitely has dropped a lot, compared to last year. But that's a little bit of a concern. This was just a rough loss. We go down to Miami for our first road trip of the season. 4-game series that starts tomorrow night. 6:40 the first pitch as Kyle Gibson takes the mound. He's coming off of a massive start against the Oakland Athletics on Saturday. And Sandy Alcantara on the mound for Miami. So just to get your final thoughts here, taking 2 out of 3, just a little, quick 30-second segment. On how you thought Max Scherzer did today.
Yeah, I mean, I think Max Scherzer looked pretty solid. I mean, obviously the hamstring is no longer a worry. He feels confident. He's fine. The command, whatever, it wasn't that crazy today. But like I said, the defense bailed him out, and hopefully we see a lot of that this season. Solid. His stuff was there. He mixed up his pitches. Great arsenal. Looks phenomenal. I will say, Phillies lineup is deadly. I mean, having that combination of Schwarber, Realmuto, Harper, Castellanos, maybe you want to throw Segura or another guy in there.
I agree with you.
They'll warm up.
Thanks so much for taking the time to come on.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Well, so guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Share on the social media, link in the description section at Phillies Hotstone Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Hotstone Media. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotstonemedia@gmail.com. I am so tired of talking like this. I mean, hopefully it goes away soon. I'm doing everything I can to try to get it better. It's pretty much no better than it was last night. So hopefully a change is coming soon. Not much I can really do about it. 6:40 against the Marlins tomorrow night. Gibson and Alcantara. So guys, thanks for watching. I was doing my Mets talk with Hayden. I'm moving up talk with. Let's go Phils. I'll see you guys.